respect to like a Tyler Johnson or a rookie that might have to play a bigger role, whatever, especially in Tyler's case, what's the biggest thing? I mean, he missed all the reps, obviously, in training camp, didn't have an off season, that sort of thing. But for a receiver, is it understanding the rotation of the coverage? Is it just timing with Tom? Like, what are the hurdles that he has to overcome?
It's a little bit of all the above, learning the speed of the game. I think he's getting there, game wasn't too big for him last week. Would have liked to see him catch that one ball, and we had a penalty anyway, but just, get him a ball before this week. But, all those guys, I think Keyshawn he'll be in there this week also.
Right.
And he's more than ready. So, I think rookies now, they've had them close to a month they've seen it, what it's like. And so that they should be able to contribute when their number's called.
Thanks.
You bet, Rick.
All right, next is Jen Lane.
Hey, Coach. You mentioned Fournette, you mentioned Miller, you mentioned Godwin. What about Sean Murphy-Bunting? I know he was kind of a wait and see this week as well, but I know he did practice.
Yeah, Sean practiced some yesterday. He practiced full today. He's ready to go.
Do you expect him to have any sort of limitations on Sunday at all?
No, none whatsoever.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next is Ed and Cena.
Obviously, with fans in the stands for the first time, they're going to be walking into a stadium that's going to be much different than the last time they walked in there. What kind of message do you send to them in terms of what energy they can bring, but also kind of understanding this is a part of a process to get to, like you said earlier in the week, hopefully a higher capacity as the season goes along.
Yeah, I wish I could have microphones under their masks so they could be louder for 10 people. But, just be as loud as you possibly can and enjoy it. Hopefully we play well enough that they can have a great time.
Also, I think just a few minutes ago, the Referees Association asked to start to have to make unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for any time a coach pulled down his mask to argue with an official. I guess Coach Harbaugh did it in the Monday night game. You talked about how sometimes there's a temptation to pull it down. What do you think about that?
Rules are rules. We don't need any more. We got enough rules.
Thanks.
Okay, next we have Ira Kaufman.
Bruce, are you surprised at all about this this current COVID problem right now, or in retrospect, did you feel it was kind of inevitable that it was going to happen at some point?
No, I'm kind of surprised because if you follow those protocols, it's really hard. Now there's going to be an exception where a child may get it in school, come home, and coach has no idea, and doesn't have any symptoms, and comes in the building. So those type of things, they're inevitable if they do happen. So far, that's the only place it's happened. So knock on wood, everybody else can stay safe.
And Bruce, has it prompted you to sort of redouble your message to the players and staff?
Yeah, I think it did itself already, but yeah, we've talked about it. I talk about it every week. I get tired of talking about it, to tell you the truth, but it's something that has to be talked about every week, and the commitment to each other to stay safe.
Thanks, Bruce.
All right, next is James Palmer.
Bruce, you guys have been pretty good down there in the red zone, but you're going against a pretty good red zone defense. What do you see out of the Chargers down there?
Yeah, they're extremely well coached, and they know their scheme. It's a little bit different scheme. But the big thing for them is they got such a good pass rush, and they match up very well. So they make the quarterback execute.
Thanks, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steve Isbitz is up. Steve? All right, we'll go over to Mark Cook.
Hey, Coach. Weather forecast calling for maybe 70-80% chance of rain, some heavy downpours. Obviously, Tom Brady played in snow and some adverse conditions up north, but I don't know how much rain they get up there per se. And did you guys get a lot of rain practice in? It seems like you guys didn't get a lot during training camp. Is there any hesitation or any thoughts on game planning for weather this Sunday?
No, we have not had any rain practice, but we do wet ball drills once a week with the quarterbacks, running backs, and throwing the ball. But It's just something that it's just the elements. That's what we love about football. The elements play a factor, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, there's no lightning delay.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, next we're going to go Jen Lane.
Hey, Coach. You had talked a little bit this week already about Justin Herbert, everything. I know that you guys did some work on some quarterbacks before you ultimately signed Tom Brady, did some pre-draft work on them. What were your thoughts of him then? Would he have been a guy that you would have been considered? I know it might have been tough given you guys' draft positioning, but was he a guy that could have been considered if you didn't sign a free agent?
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the top guys I thought in the draft. His measurables fit a lot of successful quarterbacks, and he's very athletic. He's very smart, and he's a very poised guy. The way he ran the ball in the Rose Bowl showed you how tough he was, and I thought he'd be a really solid prospect, and he is.
All right, we have time for a few more. Next, we're going to go back to Steve Isbitz. All right, Steve, we're still not hearing you. We're going to go over to Ira Kaufman, and then we'll finish with Rob Creed.
Bruce, what's your assessment of the Chargers O-line? I know Herbert got hit quite a bit last week, but Bruce, 2 weeks ago, I saw them push the Chiefs all over the field for 4 quarters. So are they banged up? Are they using the same guys, or what's going on up front for the Chargers?
No, it's the same guys, and I think that's one of the areas they've really improved in the last couple of years. Really solid, play really well together, especially in the running game. And there's some times where they have been hit with the blitz, but no, it's a really solid group.
All right, we'll close out with one from Rob Creed.
Coach, this is Leo Haggerty. I'm here with Rob Creed, our senior writer as well. We talked with Coach Leftwich the other day, and he said that Evans is seeing double and sometimes triple coverage. Is there a way to formation or motion to get him single coverage?
No, not really. It's situational that some people are going to bracket him high, low, inside out. It's nothing new. So it's just a matter of just keep fighting. And when you do get single coverage, get him the ball.
Thank you, Coach.
You bet.
All right, that'll be all for today. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.